The rich are different from you and I. The rich and powerful play by a different set of rules than the rest of us do.
You think?
But they want to convince the rest of us that they are playing by the same rules. But they are not. They are playing by a completely different set of rules. Hence, the system is rigged.
Leave your false impressions at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl Mike. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
We're here at the lovely Corner Bakery Cafe in beautiful Dallas, Texas. This is unusual, 80 degrees in August. What global warming, Michael? It's 80 in August. I always love that argument. No global warming. It's 80 degrees in August.
Ignore that flood in Louisiana. All those people, what is it, up to 40, 60,000 people that are out of their houses now? I think there's something like maybe 10% of the people have flood insurance down there, 10 or 12%.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it, 1 in 6,
You're
1 in
wiped out.
8. Oh, they're gone. And now all of a sudden they're not going to be able to live that way because they've been literally flooded out.
No, but New Orleans, no. It's just Baton Rouge. It's kind of weird. Because it wasn't a hurricane. It was just rainstorm.
Yeah, well, it's like Katrina without the wind.
Right.
I mean, they got 30-some-odd inches of rain in
How
a
does that
very
even
short period
happen?
of time. Well, it's a 1,000-year deal. Remember, you used to talk about those 100-year floods? We don't do that anymore. Now
10-year?
we're up to 500 and 1,000.
Yeah.
Let's keep pushing it.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's what I read
flood?
this last in the last
So,
couple of days.
Here's what worries me. So I'm driving over here to do the Carl and Mike episode, and got my little Sirius radio on, so you can listen to different shows.
So you know it's serious?
So I know it's Sirius
Yeah.
because it's Sirius radio that I go to cancel, and every time I go to cancel, they offer me an incredible deal. Oh, you know that whole amount we were paying for 3 months?
Yeah.
We'll do a whole year for you. They'll wheel and deal. If you have Sirius radio, go call them up.
Your cell phones?
Yeah.
And they bump up?
Yeah. Go call them.
Retention department. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
Retention department, please.
Right.
And they'll connect you and you go. And before you go to the retention department, find out what the deal is for new customers.
Yeah.
And I want the deal for new customers, and I want it for a year. Oh, yes, Mr. Morris, not a problem. We can do that.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to jump
Yes.
ship and go somewhere else.
So yes, I got Sirius Radio and made that call. Anyway, they have MSNBC as one of the channels, so I'm driving over here. So they're talking about the plane is on the tarmac, and for a minute there I'm thinking, oh, Obama must have gone to Baton Rouge.
Oh, no.
No, this is Trump.
Yeah, the Donald.
This is 24/7 on him.
Uh-huh.
They follow his this is MSNBC, this isn't even Fox. They're following he's getting wall-to-wall coverage
Yes.
on anything he does.
Because he's moving. It's a smart call, but it's an obvious one.
Right. Well, they said that Trump has the ratings for MSNBC, CNN, Fox have gone through the roof.
Sure.
And actually so much so that like sports viewing is down because men are turning into Trump.
Well, it's kind of that worldwide wrestling or whatever.
Yeah, there is an element of that.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. So he's like got God status here. I mean, his every step, every utterance, and then when he's asleep, they're talking about him. It's all about Trump. You don't even hear about Clinton, except occasionally when she does a little speech to attack him.
Have you seen the naked Trump statues?
No.
Oh, this is good. Somebody in New York has taken a man and made a casting of him that's kind of Trump's body, except he's got a bigger gut and he's got this saggy ass. Changed the face and the hair to look like Trump, and then made castings of this guy naked, and he's got this little bitty pecker but no balls, and they're painting him flesh and putting him out on the street in New York where people can see him until somebody comes along and says, hey, you got to get that out of there, or the city people take it off or something.
So they're taking the dolls and they're just putting them out on the street?
Yeah, think of it, all those cows that people would paint, plastic.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that would be great. I would love to have one. Please send me one of the Trump castings that I can then erect in Dallas.
Pardon the pun. I'm sure Mr. Trump will be filing a lawsuit soon.
Well, here's the deal on that. Think about if that was your dad. If
Yeah.
you were Donald the Third or whatever it is
Right.
that or Ivanka or any of the other kids. Anyway, that's your dad that's being made fun of like that.
Yeah.
It's got to take a toll. It has to take a toll, and he doesn't care.
Well, think about your dad at the grandfather stage. You know, there's a point where I think guys in general get that 70 area, and you're just
Yeah.
like, fuck it. This is what I think, and I don't care. And that's where Trump's at every day. So now we're doubling down on Donald, doubling down on being Donald. Actually, I think this is a good strategy for him. Play the
It's the only
anti-establishment
strategy
candidate.
he's got.
Yeah. You're being a little bit, what's the word? Kind of sure that he's not going to be president of the United States. Me, not so much.
You think he might be?
Well, I just saw a little thing on All Due Respect. They showed August to November readings of differences. Like, did you know that Nixon was ahead of Hubert Humphrey, like by 30 points? 30 points, and it was end up being winning by 0.2%.
Yeah.
But he was up by 30 points in August. Okay, Dukakis up by bigger margins than Trump is now. Trump's margins, while seemingly large, are not historic. There have been other people that had bigger margins and came back to either win it or get total
Yeah.
neck and neck.
Oh,
Ford against Carter was down by 24 points.
Yeah.
She's only up by 7 or 8. And she's won Clinton Foundation scandal.
She is a
away
flawed
from-
candidate,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean, really flawed.
Yeah, so
And,
I don't know if this is a done. I thought it was a done deal when he was melting down, but I'm not so sure. How did these other candidates make up a 30%?
Can he get educated people to actually vote for him? Can he
No,
convince
but we got a lot of
enough-
uneducated people in
can
the United States
Can
of
he
America.
get enough educated people to quit thinking?
This is where I think you're wrong. We think in traditional blue and red, but he's going class lines here. He's going uneducated, lower class, been fucked by the rigged system in which Hillary Clinton is the poster child for rigged, because she's crooked Hillary. Just from a branding standpoint and a positioning standpoint, and he's going to go for the system's rigged. He's already doing the system's rigged. If he loses, it's rigged.
And this is a billionaire that got rich on filing for bankruptcy and
Yes.
bankrupting the small guy
Right.
over and over again and
Yeah.
not paying the taxes that were due in New Jersey.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that you're saying he's going to pull. Oh, she's the one that's the rich
He's
person.
gonna
that's got
gonna
you.
pull the uneducated, blue collar
He's got them.
populations.
He's got them.
across the Midwest Rust Belt.
He's got
that
them.
have
He's
not
got the
been-
males.
Yes. Now
He's
he's
got
gonna
the
get the
male.
women.
How? Is he going to sleep with them all? Him and his
With his
tiny little dick?
I just don't think you realize the potential there. It's the perfect. I'm thinking as a marketing person now. I've
Yeah.
got my marketing hat on.
Uh-oh.
It's the perfect positioning, and he's got the perfect foil in which to do it against. And he's the outsider, so he's the outsider. So he's not. He's done trying to cozy up to the Republicans or try to be a team player. All right, he's going anti-establishment, and the anti-establishment is as much Hillary as it is Republican leadership. That's where he's going.
If it looks like he's going to pull the whole system down,
Yeah,
all of it,
you're in.
I'm in. I may vote for him.
See how easy this is?
Yeah.
He's taking the whole thing down.
Come to the darkness.
It's red.
Come to the darkness. Drink my Kool-Aid. Come to the darkness.
Speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid, I was really shocked. Have you seen this? You know, Triumph, the insult comic dog.
The what?
Triumph, the insult dog, the little puppet.
No.
You know Triumph?
No.
You don't know Triumph?
No.
my
Where is it?
God,
Is it on TV?
Yeah, it's very funny. It's famous for going in a Star Wars line and interviewing the people, and he insults. He's
It's a
Triumph.
hand
the insult. It's a hand puppet.
puppet?
Yes, go look up on YouTube. You'll have hours of enjoyment.
Triumph.
Triumph, the insult comic
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Dog hand puppet.
Okay.
So he did I guess he has a Hulu series, and he recently decided to do a focus group with Trump supporters. And so in this focus group, he's
Is
going
that a YouTube thing?
yeah.
Can we include it on our Mighty Fine Show notes?
I'll
and a
get it
link?
into the
Okay.
Mighty Fine Show. So in this focus group, he decides to show these Trump supporters some ideas that Trump has that he'd like to execute once he's president of the United States. So here's an example of one of the ideas that they watched and talked about in a serious manner. Trump would put some porta potties down by areas where the Mexicans congregate. And they would go into the porta potty, and then the door would lock.
Oh, and they capture
And
them.
then
It's like a little
Yeah,
cage.
a little cage. And then a helicopter would come, click onto the porta potty, and take it to Mexico.
Oh.
Now he's doing this with a focus group,
Are
and then
these going to be
afterwards,
reusable porta potties?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're one person.
So the bottom falls out as they get over Mexican land and they
drop it, and then they come back
okay,
in. Yeah.
all right.
I don't know if he got into that, but yeah, you would assume it would be.
You'd want to redo
Right.
them.
Yeah. So he has these people seriously talking about this idea. What do you think? You know, one had a little concern. Well, what if it, accidentally gets a little kid that's not a Mexican? You know, they want to make sure that they're safe.
Collateral damage.
They didn't see this as crazy. What I just told you is insane. They went with it the whole way through, and then the ideas were just bizarre and offensive, and didn't register.
He exposed the lizard brain. The dog exposed the lizard brain.
It was frightening to me that really there is nothing you could say to turn them into non-Trump voters.
No.
I mean, come on.
See, he goes and he talks about these huge rallies and stuff and all these people that go there. And he goes to these rallies and gets 20 or 30,000 people that show up. Those are the people, those are the true believers.
Right.
That's his little 30%. But he has to fill the gap between where she is and where he is. He's not going to change. Nothing's going to change those people. They're going to vote for him, period.
Yeah.
They're
If
just
you
gonna
believe
do
the
it.
system is rigged, and so if you believe the system is rigged, every action that Trump does is a way to blow up the system.
Oh, I think they're beyond rigging system. I think that got them hooked to begin with. But I think what keeps them coming back is stupid
Could he
statements
not go
and
for
stuff.
certain percentage of Bernie
No,
supporters?
I don't think so. I think those people
you-
are too.
So you're saying the rigged argument isn't going to work for him? You're saying he's too toxic.
No, I think there'll be some people that'll go over there, especially the more that comes out about Hillary. I mean, they're talking about her not being physically fit. What is that shit about?
That's bullshit, yeah.
You look at these last two people that they brought in, the guy from Breitbart and this chick.
Which is a very nationalistic view. That's
you know,
the viewpoint.
it's like
If
I
the
was-
system's rigged, let's tear it down.
We were talking, and I was talking to, I guess, my mom. 'Cause she watches Fox. Breitbart makes Fox look like MSNBC.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Really,
Breitbart.
red meat.
Oh, God damn.
Really?
Yeah, and
So
it's
this is
just
another step further. I still think this is setting up the Trump media property.
Oh,
If he loses,
there's gonna
right?
be
Him
some-
and
there's
Breitbart
gonna
are
be
going to form
some-
Trump TV
oh, sure.
to replace Fox, and maybe even bring Ailes on.
Roger Ailes will run it. They'll
They'll
hire
take
nothing
Fox
but
down.
attractive women and let him, diddle them.
Perfectly.
And
well, I
keep-
think we'll make Roger Ailes a judge on Miss Universe.
Oh, that would be.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
right?
would that
Was
not
there a man more qualified?
would that not just poor old Roger?
Would sit there. That's the way to
Yeah.
go out
Yeah.
in your old age.
I saw a picture of him with his wife. What does she think about all this stuff? That would be interesting.
Power, Michael. Power looks the other way.
She doesn't care what that old fuck does.
No.
Just keep the money coming.
She's
and-
probably banging somebody on the side herself.
Yeah, probably.
I shouldn't say that. I don't know anything about her. She could be a fine, outstanding woman,
She could be.
and who looks the other way, or just doesn't live in that world.
sounds like Hillary.
Yeah.
The rich are different from you and I. The rich and powerful play by a different set of rules than the rest of us do.
You think?
But they want to convince the rest of us that they are playing by the same rules. But they are not. They are playing by a completely different set of rules. Hence, the system is
rigged.
rigged.
Hence, vote for Donald Trump.
No. I
Well,
mean,
how-
that's
how
what
are you
Bernie
go-
was saying.
Well, how are you going to change the system?
You're not.
By voting for Hillary.
You're not. You're not going to
And if
vote
you
it for.
believe the
Or you
system-
think you're going to vote it for changing with
Well,
for
then,
Trump?
if Trump can suppress the Hillary vote, and they don't have to vote for Trump, you just don't vote for Hillary. Vote not for Hillary is a half step. It's a half vote for
But I
Trump.
think there's still a lot of
Isn't
people-
not voting for Hillary a half step vote for Trump? If you and I decide not to vote for Hillary, that's 2 less votes for Hillary, so Trump gains on that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That is a strategy, is get
some
90%
of those-
of my people voting and getting 30% of her people voting, and even if she's twice as big.
Or not voting.
Yeah. If she's twice as big, but she's got 30% enthusiasm gap,
How low can he go?
how low can he go?
How low can he? I mean,
Because he's
he's
gonna
already
double
said
down
some.
now?
Oh, I think he's doubled down. What kind of things could he say?
Besides founder of ISIS, co-founder of ISIS, physically unable to do things
He hasn't
because
talked
she
about
had
Bill's
brain injury.
diddling yet.
Didn't he talk about the dress recently or something?
I don't know. He needs to talk about the blue dress with the stain on it. He needs to bring Monica out,
But how
promise
does that-
her a bunch of money with as long as she doesn't say where she got it. Same thing he's doing with all his ex-wives. And it's not just Monica. There's other women too. One
Well,
of
how
them's
does that
going
go
to
after
crack.
Hillary?
Well, the
She
same-
can't manage her husband,
It
she
just
can't manage the
reminds
country?
people of all the Clinton drama, and
Oh,
people
you-
are tired of that.
I think he's doing.
So there's
I
going to be
think he's
more,
doing a
more of
decent
that.
job
yeah,
of that.
yeah, and so I think he'll do more. What other kind of nasty shit could he say?
He can say anything because it doesn't have to be true. So he don't.
Would
can
he
say-
finally turn his back on all the Republicans and start talking about ex-Republicans, like George the Elder or George the Younger?
I think they're
W?
going to try to keep him focused on Hillary, and it's going to be kind of a Breitbart, like you said, a Breitbart nasty. It's going to be nasty. It's going to make for a hell of a debate.
There may be a
be a
debate on
soundbite.
her side.
Right.
There's going to be
He's just going to throw He's going to attempt to control the debate by some inflammatory things to get Clinton to respond.
He's going to have an act. The way comics come on and tell jokes, he's not going to be telling jokes. He's going to be throwing these.
90 minutes when
lobbing
it's
these
one-on-one.
bombs. Huh?
90 minutes, he can't hide behind 16 people on a stage and get his little zingers in. Because 90 minutes is fairly substantive back and forth.
Well, I think so far he's been pretty good, adept at deflecting shit and start to talk about something else that gets everybody laughing.
So how low do you think he can go?
I don't think we've even remotely seen how low he can
Really?
go. Yeah, no.
So-
I think there'll be more.
So he'll go for the wild conspiracy theories,
Sure.
which are right up Trump's alley, because that's probably where Trump got the birther
Yeah.
thing going. After all, people forget that
Yeah.
is his mark in politics. He was a part of the birther movement, which is about
Yes.
insane as we go.
But it's not humorous anymore.
Well, we talked about that last week. It's
Yeah.
a real danger to the country. Let's switch subjects.
Yes.
So here's one for you,
Okay.
which I really loved. I thought this is a perfect Carl and Mike thing. So it turns out, our fine Texas government here has decided to allow guns on campuses starting August 1st, just a few weeks ago. So now you can have concealed weapons on campuses because that's where we really want to have as many guns as
Well,
possible.
it's the home of the first mass shooting.
Yes.
You know.
So it kind of come full circle, so to speak. So some bright young lady has decided to encourage the student body to carry dildos in their backpacks.
Or they? No, they need to strap them on.
Strap them on.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, strap-ons.
Strap on.
Oh,
so
that'd be good.
they've already got like 30, I don't know, several thousand of them. This is going to be a big thing.
When
This
are they
is their
going to start
answer.
doing it?
Well, I imagine as soon as classes start.
Oh.
So everybody
At
in
UT?
Texas,
Oh,
at UT,
Austin. Keep Austin weird.
Yes.
Sweet.
you're going to have dildos, concealed carry dildos
Oh.
instead of guns.
As only Austin can do. That's
I
going to
thought
be
that was a
awesome.
brilliant,
Oh yeah.
and of course, the Christian right are appalled by such action. Appalled, I tell you. Yeah.
We don't
But
want
it's
those
okay to
fr-
carry a
we don't want those-
gun, but not a dildo.
We don't want those bright pink strap-ons.
Right. Well, I
flopping
think the
around out
dildo
there.
says so much because this isn't really a gun trying to be. It's a dick thing. There's a dick element to this thing. right?
It's a weapon.
Power.
Is it
Power.
a weapon?
It's the powerless thinking they have power. There's a big element of that.
I think that's awesome.
Yes. It's not a safety issue because,
No. Was somebody going to beat you over the head with a dildo?
all right. Well, any guns. I mean, carrying the gun on campus. I mean, really. So you're going to be, too many too many Marvel comic movies or something to think you're going to save the day with the gun. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
Show me one where that's happened. I
Yeah.
want to know,
What you're going to have is cross shooting,
Yeah.
and you're going to have some cop
Well, I
killing
had
some kid in a
Yeah.
crossfire, or thinking the kid's the one with the shooter. If everybody's got a gun, then where's the shooter? You ever
Yeah.
ask people that question? Everybody pulls out the guns. Who's the shooter?
well, we had some
Come on, Michael, tell me who's the shooter.
we had some friends over the other night. One of them is a Dallas police officer. And I think she said they were the second car that was on the scene
All right.
downtown.
Yes.
So everybody's completely freaking out. The crowd's freaking out. The cops are freaking out.
Cops just
so
arrived, right?
we were talking about this, and remember when it first started, they thought there were multiple shooters because
Right.
what you're hearing is the echoes of the
Echoes,
shots
yes.
banging off the buildings. So
Right.
you really, not only do you not know whether there are multiple shooters, but you have no clue where they're coming from. Are they
Right.
coming from the buildings? Are they coming from the ground? Where are they coming from? So she gets out, like everybody does.
Right.
She got her weapon pulled. She calls it her little pea shooter, which is a 9mm. And she's got people in the crowd that are not concealed carry. They're carrying their long guns. Hey, don't call them long guns. Just call it what it is. It's a semi-automatic assault
So
weapon.
people have guns out.
Yeah, they have guns out. So she doesn't have any idea whether these people are the shooters or part of the group that's shooting, but they're not shooting right now. So she's hearing these shots ring out,
Right.
trying to find, everybody's running in different directions because they're not sure where they're coming. They're trying to get people to safety, and they've got people in the crowd, which was, mostly African Americans with guns, and some other people with guns that are,
Everybody's got
bystanders.
guns.
Everybody's got guns because you can,
Right.
and has no idea
Who to
whether the
shoot.
shooters are white, whether they're black, whether they're in the crowd, whether they're in the building, anything. And she said this whole idea of carrying concealed or not concealed weapons
Right.
is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And that was her experience there. And she's still to the point, because of the situation and what she went through, where it's uncomfortable for her to drive through that part of town.
Really?
And that
Was
makes
that traumatic?
Oh, yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
And she's got people screaming at her from the marchers going, how does it feel to be the target now, or something to that
Really?
effect?
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
they're saying?
yeah. How's it feel when you're on the other side? So, again, not knowing where any of this is coming and worried for their own safety and life, but they can hear that what they're hearing is it's a rifle, which turns out their vests don't protect them against, because a rifle shot will go through the vest. So now all the cops are up armoring their vest at their own expense, and they can carry their own semi-automatic weapons if they buy them in the car, but the police department's not providing them.
So the police are like, teachers are buying school supplies. Teachers
that's
are buying
exactly right.
police supplies.
That's exactly right.
On their own dime.
That's exactly right.
So here's a thought I was wondering, because I do think we're going to come to this, and maybe already starting. I'm curious how far the support of the police will go when we start having police standing up as a unit or as a department saying, we don't want concealed guns. We can't do our job. So now Second Amendment right people, are you going to, how deep is the support police if the police take a different attitude towards Second Amendment rights?
Well, I would say probably, and I don't know this for a fact, but I would say most police are in favor of concealed carry.
Yeah. I think that's
Or
gonna
non-concealed carry. I think most of them are
Wanting the population?
Second Amendment people, and they.
Well, I wonder how long that's going to last when you start
Well,
getting this cross-shooting kind of things
I
like
don't
happened
know.
in Dallas?
I don't know. I have no idea.
She doesn't think it's a good idea. She just went through it. She's a police
Well,
officer.
she doesn't want the civilians carrying them.
Right.
And
but the police are not going to want civilians carrying guns.
no. Why
You
would you want that?
just said they are supporting it.
No, that they're not supporting. They don't. She says. Now,
Right.
I'm not saying. I'm saying.
And my point is that the police are not going to support
Well,
Americans
there's a
carrying guns.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Right.
They want to be the ones that carry 'em.
Correct. So my question is, how deep will be the support for the police if the police start to publicly go against the Second Amendment?
The gun nuts
will be against the
oh,
police
yeah.
then.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right now
Well,
they're touting,
yeah,
they're supporting the police.
Yeah. So anyway, it was an interesting conversation. I knew she was on duty, so I was concerned, and it took us hours to find out whether she was safe or not. And it took hours for her partner to find out she was safe. You know,
because she was kind of trapped.
Yeah.
So what if she do? What would she do then? She just hid by the car looking for a shooter?
Well, no. She gets out and they're looking around, going all over the place. You get
So she's running around different buildings trying to find out where the guy is.
I think that they were some of the ones that went into the.
She was
to
one of the ones?
Community college. Trying to flesh them out, trying to find out once they figured out where it was. But she was seeing people that
had guns and didn't know whether they were.
And she was seeing police officers being shot on the street.
Oh, she saw officers
sure.
go down. Yeah, that's pretty traumatic.
That's why I'm saying it was real traumatic, and I can't even imagine what it was like, even though she was talking about it. And you could see that it was still weighing on her, and probably will. And, that's one of those kind of things you go, how much longer do I want to do this?
Well, especially if the population's armed, and let's say they were shooting back. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you even respond to that? You tell the concealed owner who's shooting his gun now towards something that they should stop shooting that, or
I don't know.
how
But
do you
I
even
think,
make the determination who's the shooter?
We're going to have critical mass on that. I think we're having. There are a lot of big issues. Another big issue that's coming up that we're going to have critical mass on: healthcare. You've been reading about that,
Mr. Aetna?
Well, it's not just Aetna. It's let's see, who was the other one? Baylor Scott and White's pulling out of Texas. My sister had Aetna, and Aetna dropped her mid-year.
Right.
Okay. Or said your doctors are no longer. We're not paying your doctors any longer, and the doctors said we're out of here with Aetna because they weren't paying them enough. All these companies, the companies pulling out of
let's go single payer.
Well, because the companies will kill it.
Right.
The companies
will get out, and so there'll be nobody in there.
There'll be nobody in there, so there'll be no affordable care.
Well, don't you think Hillary gets elected? That's one of the first things she's going to have to do is clean that up.
Well, yeah, but she can't do it on her own.
She needs.
She wasn't able to get single payer when Bill was in there the first time.
Well, I don't even think single payer. I'm saying the problem was Obamacare got passed. Normally, when a law gets passed, it's like a software. It's a piece of software. It's 1.0. It's not even 1.0. It's really 0.9, right? And then you do these series of laws to fix and strengthen it.
Well, you have to.
So the Republicans didn't ran
Right.
things and didn't do any of that.
No.
So there's still
That's
so the thing needs to be upgraded, and it hasn't been upgraded.
The industry's not regulated. The costs are not regulated. And I got into a discussion with Mom last night. She said, well, it used to be regulated. I said, that is correct. It used to be regulated by the federal government. The federal government is the only one that can regulate an industry like that. And it's not regulated because W and some other people have killed the regulations. Clinton may have even done some when he was president. I don't know. But whatever it is, the powers that be have allowed it to be unregulated so corporations can then drive the cost up.
Right.
Or ease the costs up. However you want to drive it, ease it, whatever. They're making more money.
Right.
It's all about money.
Yes.
I'm not making as much as I want to. I'm either losing some, I'm not making as much as I want, or I'm able to make as much as I want and push it to be whatever. So it
Well, I would say more reason
man,
to vote.
it's gonna
more
be-
reason to vote straight Democrat. in this coming election if health care is an issue for you.
Well, you want people that are fighting federal regulations out of there, and I'd say that's sweep out the Tea Party people to completely out.
But the Tea Party people are fighting against their own interests because most of those are older whites who rely on the government for medical care.
But the marketing and sales
Yes.
effort by the corporations is having its desired effect on the voting bloc. That's
Yes. Well, when you give all the power to the insurance companies, which is what Obamacare did, and the trade-off was you insure everybody and we give you all the power, right? Wasn't
turns
that
out
the deal?
they're insuring all the people, but the people that they can get in there are really sick.
I mean, I got such a high deductible on mine that and which is fine. The only reason I'm going to use it is if I'm in a car accident or I'm in a
Medical insurance a year.
we pay $332 a month.
A piece?
No, total.
Both of okay, and what's your deductible?
$6,000,
$4 million.
$7,000.
Yeah.
I don't know, 7,000,
Yeah.
8,000, somewhere up there. Six to eight.
So
I
you're
can't remember.
basically handing over $4,000 a year to somebody,
Yeah.
whether you use it or not.
That I'll have health insurance. We had a tremendous car accident, or
Yeah.
someone had a major.
Yeah.
It's really catastrophic care. It's not really health care.
No.
They should call it insurance-based catastrophic care.
Do you get free physicals and stuff like that?
I can make a phone call.
No,
Get
I
a
don't-
doctor.
no,
I can get a
God.
doctor to say.
Yeah.
To be quite frankly, I went for the cheapie thing on that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be protected if something catastrophic happened.
I predict that what's going to happen is the insurance companies pull out and the rates go up because this next year the rates are
why will the
supposed
rates
to
go
jump
up?
a lot. They're supposed to jump
The
an
companies
enormous
jump out, and they
amount.
don't get any of they don't get all the people, right?
No, the companies are jumping out because the people that they get are the ones that are really sick that are costing them money.
Well, here's what also.
Diabetics, people like that. You know that you're going to be paying out over and over and over again, and it could be really bad. And so what they're doing is they're saying, we're not going to do these people anymore. We're out.
Ever since Obamacare went in, every year my insurance company sent me a check for about $1,000 back because the law says you've got to spend X amount of the money coming in. You've got
Yeah.
to spend out.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out they weren't. But now here's the wild card. Here's the wild thing. Well, I got a check yesterday from them. Now I haven't had this insurance for at least 15 months, and I'm still getting checks from them.
Cash them.
Yeah, I'm cashing them.
Put them in a
Absolutely.
separate account in case they
So
come
I
back and
think
say,
since
hey, we overpaid you. You need to
I
give
think
it back.
since Obamacare has come on board, I've gotten about $3,000 back from this
I've
insurance
never
company.
heard that from anybody.
Yeah. And I never made a claim. Believe me, they still came out ahead. Big time. They just weren't paying that many claims. It's just pure profit levels on that. So they were forced to give checks back. That was like,
It's
I agree.
a fucked
healthcare's
up
a
mess.
Huh?
It's a fucked up mess. It's just another one of those things where somebody's going to have to deal with sooner or later, or it'll get more fucked up.
Yeah. All right. Healthcare, Trump,
Guns.
dildos.
Oh, dildos.
Just
yeah.
another episode of Carl and Mike. The
Oh,
gambit.
those pesky college kids with their pink dildos.
Yes. I think they can be any color.
Oh, I
don't
think
think
they
it's a-
should be. Ooh, a rainbow selection
Rainbow
of dildos.
dildos. Yes. All right. Tune in next week. Who knows where we go? We'll be covering it, America, because that's our job.
We'll keep in touch with those dildos,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes. You don't have to mail us a dildo, though.
Oh no, that'd be
We
good.
just want the flesh doll.
We need some dildo
The Trump.
swag. If
Do
you,
we?
yeah,
Dildo swag. Keep one in your briefcase. We
Yeah.
can pull it out here when the
Yeah.
next shooting happens.
yeah,
Because you got to be prepared.
yes,
You never know.
yeah.
All right. Peace.
Out.